For this example, let's imagine that my cousin is a new actor, and I think it's a good idea to create a Wikipedia article for him. And yeah, this fictional cousin that Wikipedia doesn't know about him, I can try to create an article based on the type of topic, in this case being an actor, and I learned that it's not a good idea, that the type actor is restricted and only items that exist on Wikidata and are accepted by their community can be used to create a new article. And I have these alternatives to basically go out of the workflow of creating a new article for my cousin. So yeah, if we restart the process, this time I'm gonna try to create an article for a real actor. So the first step is to understand the user intent. Here we are trying to create an article about Buster Keaton, and the system asks about whether it's the actor, an album, some musical work, a particular movie, or some of the other search results. In this case is Buster Keaton, the actor. And as the next step, we are asked to provide sources up front. And there's some community-defined guidance about which types of sources normally work well and which are rarely accepted by the community. This is totally editable by communities. For the example, I'm gonna paste the link from Internet Movie Database and realize that that's not a source that is recommended by the community. I can paste another article that I was reading from a newspaper about Buster Keaton, or from the Oscar awards database, the Lifetime Achievement Award that they were giving to Buster Keaton. In this case, there's a list of recommended and discouraged sources. The Oscars were a recommended one, and it's signaled there. The Internet Movie Database is not recommended because it's user generated, and other URLs that we don't have either information in either sense can be added. And we can continue to get some general advice on what's important to keep in mind when creating an article about an actor, and in this case some quick considerations about what to capture there. This again can be defined by communities, and we encourage to be short advice in the way you would provide to a human sitting next to you in an editathon, for example, not pointing to long documentation. And when you have that read, you can start creating the article, and some initial contents will be provided to help with the creation of the article. So in this case, we can use these suggestions and adapt freely. Those are just text that were added based on an outline that the community defined, and we can complete information about the place where Buster Keaton was born. It's an American actor. That's known for silent films. describe a bit, and yeah, we see that the system is encouraging us to add a citation, so that I'm not inventing that was a comedian, and that's part of the way citation needed templates work, so that I have the opportunity to add a citation, and I can reuse some of the sources that I was providing, since I learned that from the independent article. I can add that, and yeah, I could keep adding, editing the article, but yeah, let's use this as an example. When things are ready, we will be able to publish and provide the edit summary. Yeah, and we will have an invite to keep reviewing, understand that next other editors will review this article, and basically we can continue to edit normally with Visual Editor. If there were suggested edits, those will be showing. So that's the process of creating content following the article guidance process. All the guidance is community configurable, so back to the test instance, if you want to review the outlines, you will see a list of an initial set that we created with the input from the community. Communities will refine and expand. In the future, those may be created with AI or with abstract Wikipedia, or some other means that we will explore to scale this. But what I want to show now is that this is guidance that is captured in basically a wiki page. In this case, we've seen that the actor is an outline that it's applied to articles that are connected with the Wikidata ID for actor or subtype, and there are some restrictions that we defined, some conditions that communities can include to restrict the creation to only elements that exist on Wikidata, and apply those to all editors or just junior editors. And yeah, the list of the instructions, the list of sources, and the initial contents are there. So basically, if you edit these, you would see that all that information is captured in some special markup, article guidance for the Wikidata ID, which conditions or restrictions apply for cases where notability may be at risk, so that I don't create the article about my cousin, but I can create one about Bastekitan, instructions that we've saw, the recommended sources, the discouraged sources, and yeah, finally the information about the article that would help not only provide an idea of what to cover in terms of paragraphs and some sections, but also invite to add references to illustrate that, which is their role, and set the expectations that those will be needed to justify and back that information. So yeah, that's basically it.